What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's get straight into this one. Key 25 wasn't available this week, so we're going to go head to head with KRT Baz, a great member of the KRT community. As we go into turn one, we're on the bottom, much more track width being used by ourselves, clipping point there, and then we exit across the sausage curb. It looks like that was a fantastic corner entry from ourselves, which puts us slightly ahead of KRT Baz just after the first corner into the big braking zone into turn 3 now. This is quite similar on the brakes there, nice clipping point for both, and a really good exit by ourselves. It looks like we've gained a fraction more time there on KRT Baz, and then we go down the second straight now into the braking zone for turn number 4. It's a weird turn number naming on this track because it counts the small kink after turn 1 as an official turn. Very bizarre. We're looking very similarly matched as we come around this corner here, this left-hander, double left-hander. KRT Baz runs a lot wider than ourselves. He's gaining a lot of time maximising the track on the corner there. Something we're going to consider in the future as we are now coming to the final double right-hander. Absolute nightmare of a corner. Certainly when you're on a good lap, you run wide, get a track limit penalty, and it just blows your lap completely. Very similar lines between both drivers there, it seems, and across the line now. Baz will be getting a 121.3 and we've got a 121.0. Now, that for both of us, that's our Monday laps. So I'm sure Baz has got more in the tank as the week will progress. We're now going to look at the lap times in a lot more detail. Look on the corner entry here, we are way over the curb as we turn in. Clipping point is similar. Difficult to control the car. It's always a bit of a wrestle coming out of turn 1. But we gather it up. Looking on the comparison there, we are just fractionally ahead, maybe 0.2. Realigning the clips once more, exactly side by side. You'll see us brake side by side into this corner here. Braking down, not using the curb. We slightly miss the apex of that corner there, but we get on the throttle very early and we fire it down the straight now. We're going to freeze frame as we approach the curb ahead to get a comparison. Freezing the frame now. It looks like, again, we are another 0.1, maybe 0.2 ahead. Realigning the clips once more, turning in now. We both have, well, I think Baz gets a much tighter line into that corner there. That will gain him some time. Now into this double left-hander, very difficult corner. The lines look very similar. We're both climbing the curbs on the inside, but Baz just carries more speed, runs it out to the exit curb. Much better line there from Baz, and then using all of the curb on the very gentle right-hander. As we come into the final corners now, these are absolute nightmare for me. Taking a lot of curb on the inside, trying not to run too wide on the exit. Again, smashing over the inside curb, coming up to the line now, and we're going to freeze on the line. And it looks like the final sector is pretty much even for both of us. So looking at that lap time, Baz is getting his time in the third sector there. Now that was my best lap. Coming now to Tuesday, while I was editing the video using some of Baz's techniques, we're going to go and do a better lap now, and we're going to ride on board now. Freezing at the first frame of braking. What we're doing now is just before the 100 board, we're on the brakes, we are abusing the track limits, maximum wide on the curb, braking in a straight line. Difficult to get it turned in, don't forget to turn in, and then it's a big wrestle to get the car over that sausage curb and get the power down and carry your speed down this very long straight. Really difficult corner to do. Now, some of you may have noticed we didn't use the Ghost. I have just clicked it on now. That Ghost is Zavisic, super fast driver, up in the top 10, and we used him as the Ghost, but we only used him towards the end of the lap. I found this track as we brake just before the 100 board, braking in a straight line. Looking at my braking inputs, we're getting off the brake as we're turning the wheel. And then at the clipping point, straight onto the throttle, smoothly onto the throttle. Once I know the car has the traction, smash it, punch it to full throttle and accelerate out. Yeah, I found this track, certainly the first 3 major corners, so difficult to pinpoint. I use the Ghost off as the braking point for here is just before the 100. Braking in a straight line. Keep eye on the brake trace if you want to see how we trail into the corner. Just really blending in, coming off the brakes as we go in there. Get a massive amount of swaz on the exit of the corner. We managed to catch it. I did think at this time the lap was blown, Now we decide to turn the Ghost back on. This is the braking point here, just before the white line. I think that's actually the 50 board. We're trail braking into the corner. We get off the brakes, and if you look, we actually get back on the brakes again. I actually thought I'd blown it here. I thought I'd run too wide. We managed to abuse the curb on the exit, just like Baz did in his lap. And then before this corner here, it's just a slight tap on the brakes, down a gear, third gear through here, and then we find the point which we can get on full throttle and just keep it pinned all the way until the next braking point. There's some marshals on the left hand side. You'll see them as used as a reference, but just here it's basically at the marshal point we start to brake. Brake down one gear, trailing all the way to the apex. Once you're at the apex, get on the throttle, careful of the track limits. I brake a little early here just at this moment, and then we actually end up taking a big cut on the last corner, and then careful trying not to get track limit penalties and run to the line. This lap ends up being a 1:20.8 for us. Really solid lap time, very pleased with that. On screen right now is my sector times, and if you're liking this video, consider liking, subscribing. Now let's look at the difference between what we did for our 121.0 and what we did for our 120.8. First corner, pretty similar. Using that super wide entry, really good, helps you to open up the corner and carry more speed through the apex and then down the subsequent straight. Freezing frame there, these clips are not adjusted for alignment. We are almost bang on exactly the same time. Much better on the apex there in the corner. Getting on the throttle and now down the second straight, looking ahead, trying to get as much speed out of that corner as possible to carry down the straight here. We are going to make our trail brake into this turn 4. As you can see, not a great deal difference in lap time there. Very similar, as we get a swaz on the bottom screen there on our faster time. Now this is where the difference in lap time comes. In the bottom screen, we actually take a lot less curb, but we run a lot more corner speed through there. Pausing it now, you can see the notch on the green AstroTurf section. So much different there as we just carry the speed through. And then that allowed us to continue the wider line, open up the corner, carry more corner speed as we now go through the S section. And now we line up now coming up to the shadow. As you can see, we've gained a huge amount of time. So pretty much within those two corners, I'd say that's where all my lap time came from. At this point now, we're just trying to just not blow the lap, not run too wide as we run to the line and get our 120.8. Super solid lap time, really pleased with that. I think a 20.7 is possible. That is, I think, my optimum time. So there we have it. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got this far in the video, let me know in the comments below. Also, we are almost approaching 200 subscribers, which is absolutely fantastic. It's so good to get you all on board. Hope you enjoy watching my videos, and we'll catch you in the next one.